Hello everyone, Superside here, and I did not think I would make this video this quickly, but here we are by some luck, and some communication, some negotiation. I actually managed to get my hands on one of these capture cards. This is a PCIe capture card, goes into the machine itself. And you can capture a PS4 with this, or a different computer, or basically anything that you would like to capture with an HDMI out. And I guess we should get the things on the box out of the way first before I want to continue with the video. This capture card supports 1080p, of course, and you can do that anywhere from like 30 hertz all the way up to 240, which is very nice. I mean, the monitor I currently have only does 144, so that fits well within that range. Other than that, of course, it also supports 1440p from anywhere from like around 30 hertz all the way up until 144. And then also, lastly, it also supports 4K from, of course, from around 30 hertz all the way up until 60. Which means that for the foreseeable future, I will have enough with this card. One extra thing is this card also supports the ability to allows you to use it in multiple programs at once. But anyway, I have two objectives, or basically I want to do two things in this video. I want to give you more of a hands-on of how this actually works. It's not that complicated, of course. I mean, it's only a capture card. I mean, what else can it do, right? Part number 2 of this video is where I would like to show you the difference between the new card that I bought, the 4K60 Pro, but also this old card, the Live Gamer Extreme from Avermedia. Now, this card only supports 1080p at 60 frames a second. Now, what I'm interested in is, like, I've not done this yet, so I don't know. What I'm interested in is that I want to see whether this card and also the 4K60, whether there is any difference in quality per se, and that's what I would like to do. But first up, let's go hands-on. And the first thing you want to do is going to be downloading the software that you will be needing to be able to run this capture card. Now you have to go to Elgato's website and then go to gaming/downloads. Here you can select the product. In this case, I have the 4K60 Pro, of course, which will give you the 4K Capture Utility, which you can then download and install. And that's all you need. And the 4K Capture Utility looks a little bit like this once it is booted up. Now, you might be saying, hey, you're running Windows Server here. That's true. I was recently fired, and I've been trying to keep up to date by following a couple of courses, and therefore have installed a Windows Server here. So, but it's running fine on Windows Server as well. No issues whatsoever. So if you want to use it as a Windows Server, you actually can. But anyway, let's move on. This Capture Utility is very bare bones, I would say, but it does enough. It does enough. You have the title of your recording down here, which you can add if you want, edit if you want. Then you have some media controls and also a shadow play function. More on that in a second. You can take a screenshot and also mute the audio and microphone. And that's basically it. In the top, we have the capture window, of course. Next to that, the library for if you record any footage. Then, of course, we have the source coming into the card, which is 1080p 60. Right now, of course, I can change that to 144, 240, whatever I would like to. Capturing will be done at 1080 60 at 26.8 megabits a second, and you can also see how much free space you have on your drive as well. And this is shown because it's already recording, even though I didn't click any button yet. Now, the settings is where things get a little bit more interesting. We'll start off with looking at general. Of course, it has automatic updates, which is nice feature. But this is the bread and butter of the card, the Stream Link feature, which is basically an NDI output. Now, for people that understand NDI, it's a fantastic feature here, fantastic. But what this allows you to do is basically take this screen, take this, let's say, input, and put it to basically any other program. For instance, here, Streamlabs OBS. There we go. Here it is as well. But then again, what I could also do is I'm actually recording this in OBS itself, and I have it selected right here, and you can see that I also can do that right here. So I can actually have it in multiple programs at the same time. Really nice feature, really good. Let me get rid of that. I mean, if you want to add the capture card in here, of course, I mean, it's basically simple as clicking on that, coming here, and then you can change the settings to whatever it is you like. You can also configure the video settings as well. Not much to change here, but you can play around with this if you want. If you guys want a more in-depth view on Streamlabs, please let me know. I will be happy to provide, if you guys would like to see a little bit more about this, what this is. Okay, so next to this, you can also change the capture card itself. I have one, so there's nothing else to choose. You can also change the HDMI color range if you would like to. Then, of course, these two are very important. This is the IDID modes, and IDID stands for Extended Display Identification Data. In other words, basically what it means is that this mode and this internal, two different things. This mode basically talks to the thing that you've connected up to the capture card and tries to negotiate what resolutions, what frame rates, what hertz, and all that are possible to be captured, basically. Whereas this one internally actually can change how the card basically exposes itself to a different machine. So basically, if I leave it at default, it will say this to my other computer. But if I would change this to, let's say, 1080p, on my other machine, this will then change to say Game Capture 1080p HDR. Or something along those lines. So you can actually change the device's name, and sometimes that could help. If you're having troubles, you can actually change that. But it works in the default mode for me, so that's fine. You can also change the picture settings, brightness, contrast, saturation, and hue. If you don't like the colors, you can play around with that, and also change the brightness, of course. Then the recording pane, very interesting thing here. Of course, you can choose where to store it. The thing is, and that's very nice, is that they allow you to use your graphics card. And basically, I have an NVIDIA graphics card, as you can see, which has an NVENC encoder, which allows me to record the footage directly through the graphics card and require no CPU. Because like if I have Streamlabs running and I would click go live here and I would stream to Twitch, I'll be using my CPU to encode that footage, leaving basically no room for the CPU to also record with the 4K capture utility. Now, using my GPU instead to record means I could record both of them next to each other without them interfering each other. Very nice. You can also change the format in which you record, of course, and also the quality. which is basically up to you into which you would like to record in. And it will also show you how much gigabyte per hour that actually would take. Other than that, you can also have a flashback recording, and that's the timer that you see running here at the bottom. But as you can see here, I could actually go back in time like that, and I could say, okay, let's record this, and then I can save that for oh wow, it broke on me, huh? Okay. All right. But anyway, that's a quick rundown on the 4K Capture Utility here. And I would say let's move on to the second part of this video. So for this part 2, I decided to take a quick look here at Genshin Impact. What you can see immediately is that the 4K 60 Pro has a way better color range than the Avermedia Live for Gamer Exterme. Also, my Live Gamer Exterme was not able to keep it locked at 60 FPS, whereas the 4K 60 Pro had no issues doing so. But this is very interesting, because apparently on the Live Gamer Exterme there's this white haze on top of it, which I never do, but I'm glad I do now. Other than that, I don't really see any differences when looking at 1080p 60 FPS, which is something I would have expected. But yeah, very interesting result. Of course, you can always pause the video and go back and find the differences yourself, of course. But for the most part, the thing that really stands out to me is that the colors are way more vibrant, and I really like that. Alright, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video very much. I want to thank you guys also for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Love to read your questions, answer them, or maybe some nice comments. Also leave a like, maybe subscribe for more, because I mean Call of Duty is coming out, and definitely gonna play that one. Hopefully see you guys soon. Peace out.